What's up, Helldivers? In the recent Buff Everything patch, the entire game of Helldivers 2 has been transformed, and in my opinion, it's for the better. Everything is less bullet spongy, things actually die now, there's less mobs on the map because you can actually kill things, strategies on weapons are powerful, and everyone's having a good time. Helldivers are leaving missions with smiles on their faces, and everyone is enjoying themselves, so it seems. So in a recent rework, the entire game's been transformed. Armor values have changed, health values have changed, damage numbers on weapons, throwables, grenades, stratagems have changed as well. So the entire game has transformed for the better in my opinion, but it seems like there is a resurgence from previous players coming back and having fun with the game again. I don't think the game is going to be the same as when it was when it first launched. The first 2 months of the game, there was over 500,000 players trying to get on the servers at the same time, but Helldivers 2 is not done yet. You have to remember that there is still a third enemy faction, the Illuminates, that they plan on adding into the game, and I'm sure there'll be even more resurgence when that happens as well, bringing back even more players and maybe even some new players that haven't even tried the game out yet. So, what has my experience been on the game? So far, it's really fun. It's really fun. It reminds me of the first month that the game first came out, and I'm having fun with it. I'm not going to play this game every single day, but the fact that I have another game that I can log into maybe once a week, once a month, a few times a month, and drop in and have fun with some random players or maybe some friends, that is some progress compared to what the game was a month ago. Hopefully the Helldivers 2 team continues to please the players and not try to throw unnecessary nerf where they don't even belong and where people don't even want them. Hopefully the dev team can learn from this situation and actually will listen to its player base a little more going forward. I definitely think they went a little overboard, and the game just started to feel not very fun. I barely logged in. I went weeks, I went months without even logging in at all to actually play the game at all, because I mean, why would I? They would release the War Bonds, which is basically this game's battle pass, maybe once a month or once every 2 months. And that was the only new content they were adding into the game. Like, you could have stuff like they threw in the Factory Strider, they threw in some mutations like the flying bugs here and there, but other than that, there was no real actual content in the game that was noticeable and that I was looking forward to. Why would I or other players come back to the game when the only new content that was coming out was the paid War Bonds, which only added a few weapons here and there? The last really fun and exciting moments was when they introduced the Factory Strider, and I had no idea they introduced it into the game. I just randomly joined a squad, went to an automaton world, and just saw a Factory Strider, and me and my teammates were freaking out because we didn't know what it was. But it was moments like that that was very rare because they'd rarely introduce new enemy types, new things to look forward to, new exciting things other than the War Bond that added a few weapons here and there. But again, hopefully they learn from this, and carefully going forward they try and balance things in a way that will also please the player base. Probably not nerf things, but we'll see in the future. They still have plenty of ways to make the game difficult without actually nerfing any of the weapons for the Helldivers. They're eventually going to add a new faction, they're going to add new difficulty modes, and along with that, they can add new mutations and advanced forms of the current enemies in the game that can just randomly spawn. That can increase the difficulty instead of actually nerfing weapons and such like that. Anyway, to sum up the video, the game is kind of fun now. I enjoy playing it every now and then. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes, and going forward, they actually try and talk with the players and please the players and not try and anger their player base, because this is just going to be bad for everyone. I'm looking forward to the future updates, the new weapons, the new enemies, new factions, the new difficulties. Hopefully they can take this game, they can manage it properly, and they can make it into something amazing that will last for a good 5+ years. Because their first game, the original Helldivers, was a top-down stick shooter, and that lasted for around 10 years. It had a very, very small player base, but it seemed like lots of people that I talked to enjoyed the first Helldivers so much, that's how they learned about Helldivers 2. And that's what you want. You want people to leave this game with good memories. Even if they don't play it for days, weeks, months, or even years, when that time comes, when they start their new project, when they start their next project, when they make Helldivers 3 or whatever game they plan on going on, you want to leave that good taste in people's mouth, because there are so many developers that try to introduce predatory microtransactions. They try and they neglect their game. They neglect their game. They don't listen to their player base. They don't update their game properly. They make the game unfun. They make the game unnecessarily grindy too. There are so many ways they can do it badly, but from this patch, from what I've seen from the patch, they are on a good track. If tomorrow they introduced the new alien race and they just didn't touch the game for 5 years, I'm pretty sure tons of players would jump into the game and just have fun with it. So they should be very careful and very cautious if they attempt to readjust or completely change some of the game mechanics again. Because what they have here, there are so many positive reviews flowing out because of this major patch. You have so many returning players, you have so many new players that are coming in trying this game and absolutely loving it, loving what they have with it. All they need is more content to grind. That's it. The baseline for the game is there. You have explosions in the background, you have bombastic cinematic moments in this game. You have fun times with friends, you can meet new people online, you can have fun with random players. You don't even need to communicate with each other to actually have fun with the game. It's just amazing what it is right now. What I'm sure a lot of players want is they want the game to be this, just more content, just a little bit more content, and the game would be great. The game mechanics at the moment is just great. I can jump in at any time without playing this game for a month. I can jump in and just have fun with it. All they need to do is add a little bit more content. They add that extra alien race. They add a few more enemies here and there. They add a few more weapons to increase the enjoyment players have with the game. Maybe a few more customizable options. Maybe a new difficulty. Maybe a few new upgrades in the ship. But what they have at the moment, I think, is great, and lots and lots and lots of players that are coming back, that are just getting into the game, think the game is great right now. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And remember, every day is a good day for democracy.